One of the important brands to consider when you're thinking about getting a treadmill is one of our favorites. It's a company called True, and they're based out of O'Fallon, Missouri, and been making treadmills since 1981. There are a lot of brands out there, and many that we could align with, but we've chosen this brand and we've stuck with them for all this time because they're really known for their innovation, their durability, and the attention to detail that they put into their treadmills. Their designs are really kind of class leading, and we'll talk about some of those key components that they put into their treadmills. One of the distinguishing features of True Treadmills is their proprietary soft system. The soft system relates to their cushioning. True was one of the first and foremost companies to develop a really smart way to control how the impact control is done on a treadmill. They are the ones that have chosen to have the shock absorption at the front third of the treadmill. So when your heel strikes the deck, it has the cushioning at the front of the treadmill where the moment of impact occurs, and it softens the blow significantly to the runner at that point in time. As the belt transports the user toward the back of the treadmill, the push-off point on the treadmill is incredibly firm. It's super reliable because what they do is they bolt the wooden deck to the substructure of the treadmill. The framework at the rear of the treadmill is where the back of the deck of the machine is bolted to the framework, and it prevents the deck at that point from moving at all. So as the user lands on the front of the treadmill, they land on their heel, they then roll to the forefoot. As they transition to the forefoot, they then push off from a deck that's immovable. It's always set level, it's firm, it provides a reliable push-off point to allow the runner to then push off and propel their body for the next foot plant. It's designed to kind of give you that recreation of an outdoor workout on an indoor treadmill. Now, they've done one extra enhancement on their machines that make them different than any other brand, is that they actually allow that cushioning that I just described to be adjustable. So they have versions of their treadmills. They're referred to as soft select models. The soft select models have the ability to kind of alter the firmness or the softness based upon the user's preference. That's proprietary. You're not going to see any other brand really employing what this soft select offers to a client. So if a real avid runner or someone who aspires to be one is looking to invest in the best fitness appliance, they really owe it to themselves to consider True as one of their brands. So another key characteristic of True Treadmills is their awesome programming consoles. They really have established themselves as class leading with regard to their programmable consoles, and they do it two ways. They have the affordable path, is what I call it. You have these more price competitive consoles. They use liquid crystal displays that come at a more value price, but yet they're still packed with the type of programming you would expect on higher end models. And then they make these fancier, more interactive versions of displays where they have potentially touch screens or larger displays to really entice the user to want to get on board and start their workout. Regardless of which one you go with, on the more economy priced version or the more upscale models, you have the benefit knowing that all of the programming that's imparted into these machines, they all are designed with interval training in mind. So that allows the user to take advantage of his or her time and get the most use out of their time, and best calorie burn, more efficient heart rate training, things like that are built into the machines. The other thing about the machines that are really cutting edge, and this is probably, in my estimation, the most important part of the True Treadmills, is their heart rate control. And they have two great, absolutely great features tied to their heart rate control. One is the heart rate control programs themselves, and there are a couple of those where you can actually set them either as a targeted heart rate control or as a heart rate control that allows you to kind of ebb and flow through a basement level and then a ceiling level heart rate, and you kind of ebb and flow between them. The target heart rate control programs are great because what you do is at the start of the program you assign what your heart rate will be. You tell the machine the parameters under which it can train you. You'll set a maximum speed and a maximum grade that you can tolerate, and then the machine will work within those confines to personally train you. It knows your heart rate while you're working out. It picks up that information via a wireless chest strap that's supplied with the treadmill, and then using that hands-free wireless approach, it'll then transmit the information to the display. This display quickly processes it in real time, and it alters the machine as needed to really match what your heart rate criteria is. So if you're underachieving, it knows to either add a little speed, it'll exhaust speed up until it hits the ceiling limit that you set for yourself. If that's still not enough to get you into the targeted heart rate, it'll add a little bit of grade until eventually the combination of speed and elevation gets you to the target heart rate. If at any point you overshoot your target, then the machine knows to back off on the elevation, and then similarly to back off on speed until that combination of speed and elevation returns you back to the target heart rate. So it's happening in real time. It's almost like you're in a plane or driving a car that has the autopilot feature in there. It's like you're doing this hands-free workout, you're not touching any keys to do it. It's simply reacting to your heart rate as you go, and it's 100% spot on, objectively measured training that's personalized for you. Now the other approach is actually what's called cruise control. Now cruise control is an innovation that True has set on their treadmills because they realize not everyone's into heart rate training, or they don't know that they want to do heart rate training at the outset. But while they're working out in one of the pre-programmed workouts or one of their own custom workouts, or even just manually kind of doing it on the fly, they may be working out and say, you know what, at this point in time, at this particular speed and elevation, my heart rate feels just right. All systems seem go, my breathing is right, I'm spot on, I'm locked in a zone where I want to be, and I would love to sustain this type of output for the remainder of the workout, or at least for the next portion of the workout. At that point in time, when you feel like that all systems are go, you can just simply hit the cruise control button that's part of the True Treadmills, and it will immediately lock onto the heart rate that you are at when you push the button. And then from there, it will revert out of whatever other program you had been in and put you into now a heart rate driven workout. So it gives you the flexibility, the luxury of being able to change right on the fly to go from pre-programmed workouts into heart rate control workouts and back and forth as needed. If I were to describe True in a nutshell, I would say that there are the best combination of form meets function. And they really have these machines that are really exceptional to look at. They operate really, really well, and they appeal to users because they've got a variety of different criteria met on their machines, from cushioning to styling to programmability to customization. They do it all, and they do it all right, and we're really happy to have them as a partner with GymSource.